Now, three guys who don't have to be online because they're right here next to me live. And on my right, but always the political left, Ogie Overman, the great broadcaster journalist. Next to him is that great educator, professor at High Point University and vice chair of the Forsyth County Commissioners, Dr. Don Martin. And next to him, we persuaded David Daggett to stay over from his earlier segment talking about the Kids for Kids triathlon, and David's joining the roundtable. So welcome, guys. Good to see you. Thank you. First question, let's go to Winston-Salem. Winston-Salem City Council members have voted themselves a 59% pay raise, from just over $11,000 per year to over $18,000 per year. Councilman Don Bessie has a problem with the raise. Do you, Ogie Overman?
Well, it sounds a little exorbitant to me. I want to hear what Dr. Don has to say about it. He's in a better position than I am.
I think it is perfectly fine. I'll just have to tell you, the county commissioners get a little more than that.
Well, we know that. But I mean, if you could take yourself out of the equation for a minute.
I actually know that it's been $11,000 for about 10 years. It's been $11,000 a long time.
Right.
And they spend a lot of hours. I mean, there's a lot of hours.
A lot of time put in it. David Daggett.
Yeah.
Clearly, city council's a service position, and it's a lot of volunteer time. They're woefully underpaid at $11,000. They're woefully underpaid at $18,000. I think it's more of a political issue than a practical issue. Probably on doing it, you choose your place and your timing to make it fit, but the dollar amount.
But you and Don don't have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem.
No. All right, still, let's stay in Winston-Salem for just a second. In 2018, last year, Winston-Salem police responded to 700 calls at Haynes Mall at a cost to taxpayers of $330 per call. I did the math on this. That's $230,000 last year that we taxpayers spent on police calls to Haynes Mall. Guys, should taxpayers continue to foot the bill, not just for Haynes Mall, but for any mall security? Ogie.
I would encourage them to beef up mall security, but really, I mean, you go where the need is. We had this conversation in Jamestown where 60% of the EMT calls were to the old folks' home because people fail. You go where the need is. That's
right.
Very simple.
But Don, those should malls take it on themselves to hire their own police force?
Well, there can be a blend of that, but think about that mall produces a lot of tax revenue. I mean, it's an important place for the community, and we are fortunate that our mall is pretty much full.
Right.
And I think that's important, and that's kind of a cost of doing business.
David.
I think if you do a math equation, the number of stores, the number of people there, it's probably not that much more than any other shopping area. There's probably other places in town.
Interesting point.
It just looks big because it's aggregated together.
Now this next question, I wanted all of the guys to talk about it, but I'm particularly interested in what David's going to say because, of course, he and Griff have done such great work in putting together the Safe Sober Prom Night program that's been around for so long, very successful. Guys, state lawmakers are voting on two bills that have to do with the sale of alcohol. The Senate wants to allow the sale of beer and wine at state-run college sporting events, while the House wants to allow various retail outlets to start selling liquor instead of just the ABC stores. MAD, the Mothers Against Drunk Driving, says these bills will lead to more drunk driving. You guys agree with what the Mothers Against Drunk Driving are saying? Do you have a problem with either bill? Ogie.
I think you should go ahead and allow, I mean, people are sneaking. I certainly snuck it into football and basketball games in college. Go ahead and get the revenue, but I'm okay with our ABC system. You're creating another layer of problems with retail outlets. I mean, not to many problems, but shoplifting is one. You can regulate it better.
Yeah, Dr. Martin.
There are clearly college venues that allow alcohol, and they seem to handle it and survive, and that seems to work. And I probably on Ogie's side. On the ABC store issue, I mean, that's kind of a monopoly for the state. It's good state revenue.
Right.
I mean, schools get a piece of that revenue. It's whether you believe in a free market issue.
But David, what about the fear of more drunk driving?
I believe in the free market issue. Every survey there is says that on college campuses today, alcohol is an issue, and they're trying to address it from various different angles. I think this sends the bad message. Whether they should do it or not, I think it sends a bad message to those students.
All right, a Superior Court judge recently ruled that North Carolina citizens like us can be arrested for trespassing if we enter or occupy government property, such as protesting inside the state capitol without permission. Are you okay with the ruling, guys? Or do you think we should have access to any government building whenever we want? Ogie.
I am totally not okay with it. That law was directed to the Reverend Barber solely, and I've been to the Moral Monday marches when people were getting arrested. I didn't get arrested, but I wish I had.
All right, Don.
Well, I think if you're in the way of government doing its business, And I think it's like spending the night inside the state capitol. That when the doors close, you got to get out. Now, if you want to stay out on the grounds and whatever, that's been done plenty of time. But I think if you prevent government from doing its business, you can be asked to move.
David Daggett.
I will add to that, if there's a legitimate security concern in certain places. Other than that, the right to free protest should always be part of our society.
How much time we got, Brian? One. Brian's holding up a finger, but I won't tell you which one it was. Finally, guys, police in Boston are looking for a man who broke into a local residence. However, the perpetrator didn't steal anything. Instead, he just cleaned the people's house. Guys, would you mind if someone broke into your house and cleaned it, Ogie?
That's a little hinky, isn't it? It reminds me of a Stephen Wright joke.
Yeah.
Somebody broke in my house and stole everything and replaced it with an identical item.
Don.
I'd probably be okay with it, but he might be tempted to.
Yeah, David. Would you
I know where everything is as it is now. If it got cleaned, I couldn't find the things that I know where they are, and I'd be lost.
So you're against it from an organizational standpoint. All right, guys, thanks. That's all the time we have. Oh, except for this. A group of witches in Romania made news last week when they started selling love spells over the internet. Asked if she liked having a love spell put on her through social media, one woman said, "Yeah, I'm all of Twitter." I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm not in with the technology. For all of us here, try it today. I'm Jim Longworth. We'll see you next week.
It's actually pretty good.